Brian, so everybody is quitting real estate, dude.
100%.
You quit real
100%.
estate for a little bit.
I quit real estate for like 2 years and now I'm back. So yeah, I experienced what everyone is going through right now. I don't know if you saw, I think Batch put out a statistic that there was 80,000 wholesalers during 2020 to 2022 and now that number is down to 10,000.
That's insane.
Yeah,
10,000.
10,000.
I
Yeah.
actually believe it because I see a ton of people that um were very successful
Yeah.
during 20 to 22 and
Yeah.
then like I just literally don't see them anymore on social media.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing,
Yeah.
but they're not posting anymore, which is
Yeah.
never like a good sign.
Yeah. So I'm nervous that in the next 5 to 10 years flipping, wholesaling, buying rentals is not going to be a reliable career for people to start.
I have a different opinion on it because I see this happening not just in real estate right now. I see it
Mhm.
in lots of industries.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's a massive just struggle going on in business in general for entrepreneurs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, when you were out of real estate for a while, you were doing the coaching business with
Yeah.
me. And how many people do you see that aren't coaches anymore?
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's very similar
Yeah.
to real estate. Like, I just think it's entrepreneurs.
Yeah. Well, I disagree because look at what's happening in the world right now. So Zoran Mandani just won mayor, right? Why did he win? What was his campaign slogan?
He's a communist. I don't know. Like, what?
Well, just so you know, he ran on
That he's a
I'm gonna
communist.
no, he ran on he's going to freeze rents and lower rents. So what does that mean? That means he's going after real estate investors.
Yeah.
So his first thing he's going to do is freeze rents. What does that mean? That means landlords can't raise rents.
Yeah.
And that means landlords can't have buildings empty or the New York government is going to take over those buildings, fix them up, and rent them out themselves. So he's saying that he's going to come out with, I believe it's like 30, I think, let me look it up, but it's like 300,000 affordable units.
Right.
So if that's happening, what does that mean? That means landlords are going to be portrayed to be the bad guy. And if Zoran Mandani ends up being like the Trump of the left, everyone else is going to start to follow his lead. Everyone's going to come after real estate investors. In Southern California, they're making it right now where you have to provide 3 pictures, one before the landlord, one before the tenant moved in, one after the tenant moved out, and then one after you did improvements to the property after the tenant left, or you can't keep a dollar from the tenant. So like
It's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. So the way that the government is going is they're going against real estate.
You know what's crazy is like you have that end of the spectrum, and then you have like all these Section 8 guys
Yeah.
where it's like, hey, just get a freaking pile of crap and we'll
Yeah.
give you above market value
Yeah.
rent.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there's no
Yeah.
middle ground.
Yeah. But I bought houses in Kansas City this year, 2025,
You
and
Section 8 them?
I did Section 8 them and they did get more than normal rents. It is harder to do because Section 8 goes in and they're like, hey, you need to fix this, you need to fix that. If a ground's unleveled, they're like, hey, you have to level the cement. Like it's very specific what they're looking for, and it's expensive to make it like that.
Mm.
But that is true. But in an overall market sense, I don't know if real estate investing is going to be a thing 20 years from now when my kids are looking to get a career.
Right. I mean, there's a lot of topics right there. So
Yeah.
I mean, we will talk about all those different things. So like to go back to the first point, right? Let's just say we're noticing a bunch of our friends and people
Yeah.
quitting real estate.
Yeah.
And you brought up a wholesaler stat,
Yeah.
80,000 into 10,000 or
Yeah.
whatever. And I would say it's not just wholesalers that I see, it's multifamily guys,
Yeah.
right? I mean, multifamily is getting whacked.
Yeah.
I know behind the scenes of quite a few funds that are, going to lose everything.
Yeah.
And it just is what it is, right? I mean, nobody predicted rates would be what they are today. Like the values of these multifamily properties are tied to the rates. And
Mhm.
so they're underwater.
Yeah.
And they can't cash flow with the new rates. A new buyer cannot pay that price in cash flow.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what you're saying. I mean, If somebody wants to buy this apartment building in New York
Mhm.
and this dude is like, no, you can't raise rents, but prices are now this high and
Yep.
rates are this high, it's literally impossible to cash flow.
Yeah.
So then it's like, well, I guess, the state has to own all the buildings to make them cash flow.
Yeah.
And it just comes from the taxpayers again.
Exactly.
Then you
So
end up with a bunch of Somali daycares and stuff. Like,
that's
you
the
end
only
up,
way to make money.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's going to be our next video. The next great side hustle,
Yeah.
Somali daycares.
Yeah. And I think what we're going to see is the trend of people quitting real estate is going to continue because the payoff isn't there. So
Yeah.
if you look at like Graham Stephan, for example, he just posted, and I talked to him about it actually, that he sold some of his units. The only units that he still has have tenants, and in Los Angeles, you cannot get rid of tenants. So he's just waiting for these units to become empty so you could sell. And I guess we should, even if let's say someone had $100,000 in 2022, would they have been better off buying real estate or investing in Bitcoin?
Bitcoin.
So it gets hard to justify what is the payoff.
But Bitcoin beat every return. It was literally, it beat gold, silver, stocks, literally almost every investment it beat.
Yeah.
So it's like hard to compare it to Bitcoin.
Yeah,
And then, what does Bitcoin do in the next 5 years?
exactly.
I don't know, right?
Yeah,
I'm a believer in Bitcoin, but like, it's hard when you're comparing it to the best performing asset of all time.
or look at the S&P 500. Like, how did it compare?
Yeah. So here's another thing I've been thinking about with this whole real estate getting hard thing and business getting hard thing is like, we've gone through 3 really hard years in real estate. And
Yeah.
statistically,
Yeah.
there has been the least transaction volume these last 3 years, lower than even the Great Recession.
Yeah.
The Great Recession, 2008, I got started in 2010, had more transactions. And you got to remember, transactions are where everyone makes money in real estate. Like,
Mhm.
you need transaction volume for a wholesaler to sell a house to a flipper.
Yeah.
You need transaction volume for a flipper to feel comfortable that, like, oh, there's going to be a buyer who's interested. Like,
Yeah.
people are buying and selling houses. Agents need volume because that's how they make a commission. Lenders need volume because that's how they do a
Yeah.
loan. Title companies need, like, the whole industry
Yeah.
needs volume.
Yep.
It's not even about prices. It's
Mhm.
about volume.
Yep.
And if there's no volume and nothing is moving or selling, nobody makes money.
Yep.
And so I think, like, yeah, it's tough right now. So if you quit, I don't blame you because it's literally the worst time
Yeah.
that we've seen since the Great Recession.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand, well, to answer your question of what about 5 years, 10 years, 20 years,
Mm-hmm.
it's hard. It's easy to say that when you're in the current worst time.
Mm-hmm.
What is everyone going to come back when things are gangbusters again? Because at some point it's going to get easier.
Yeah.
It can't get worse. Transaction volume wise, we're already at the bottom.
Yeah. I think that it could get worse, and I think it will get worse. And when I say worse, I just mean more regulated.
Okay.
So, like, for example, I flip houses in Southern California. In Southern California right now, you cannot flip a house without disclosing everything you've done to the house. Everything. They give you a form and you say, did you do the windows? Did you do the floors? Did you do the paint? Did you do this? Did you do that? That doesn't exist anywhere else.
Right.
And I believe that as an example, and you have to put the cost, and you have to put the contractor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not getting away with.
You're not getting
non-licensed
away.
way,
You're
yes.
not getting away with old, like, hey, slap paint, do this, unlicensed contractors,
Yeah.
list and sell. So if that goes across the entire country, which it will,
I don't
that-
know about that.
I believe it will.
We don't. Liberal policies don't affect the entire country.
I
Like,
believe.
the rest of the country laughs at California and New York and the stupid crap they do.
I disagree. I went to Louisville, Kentucky this year. I spent 2 months there.
How many rent control's been a thing for decades?
Yeah.
How many places enact it right now? It's been around forever.
I don't know. Look it up, Justin.
Look it up.
Yeah, look it up. Look up how many states have rent control.
I'm gonna look it up right now on chat.
Yeah.
Here we go. Hey, chat. How many states have rent control right now? Let's see. I should have did where chat talks back, but I'll read it for you guys. As of now, in early 2026, only a small number of states have rent control or rent stabilization laws. California, number 1. Oregon, another liberal. Washington, another liberal.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Ask how many cities.
And then it says states with local rent controlled. So
Yeah.
I guess this would be cities,
Yeah.
right? New York, New Jersey, Maine, Maryland, Minnesota,
Mhm.
Somali crap.
Yeah.
Washington, D.C.
Yep.
It's only liberals.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask chat this. Hey, chat, how long has rent control been a thing? When did this first start? Who was the first state? Because if you're going to say everyone's going to follow California, they haven't done it yet.
But they are.
Everyone's leaving. But Gavin Newsom, he
if
says
he becomes
it's
president,
great.
yeah.
I got a whole different thing about that. Okay, so it said when did rent control start in the U.S.? World War I is when it first started. New York was actually like the first. Second major wave was World War II. Okay. 1943, New York adopted statewide rent control during World War II. Wow. There we go. And then modern expansion, cities like San Fran, L.A.
Yeah.
Okay, so this has been going on for 100 years, Davila.
Yeah.
It ain't happening.
Well,
that's why they vote conservative.
If you look at what's trending right now in politics, the landlord is the bad guy. The landlord is the guy getting rich. The landlord is the guy screwing people over. Zoran Mandani won off freezing rents.
I do agree with that because I'll see like Cardone talk about like how everyone should rent.
Yeah.
And the comments will always be, well, of course the guy who owns all the units wants you to rent. Duh.
Yeah. Yeah. And I believe we're gonna grow to be a more rent country because the average person can't afford to buy a house.
We're not growing into that. We are that.
Yeah.
And that will be it's forever.
Exactly.
That much I agree on.
Exactly.
That ain't changing.
So as real estate prices go up, rents should go up because people are not able to afford buying. So then like the landscape of a tenant is going to be, hey, should I pay $2,500 for this house or $3,500 a month for this house and put $60,000 down and have to maintain it,
cover all
and I have to sell, and I have to do all these things. So
that's the reality in Vegas right now.
Exactly.
And I hate to say it because I'm a real estate investor.
Yeah.
But I made a reel, got like 100,000 views, and I was like, guys, look, my whole life, I started in real estate back in 2010, started investing in 2015.
Yeah.
I would have always told you buy a house, buy a house, buy a house, own your primary.
Yeah.
Because it was not only like sometimes cheaper, especially when rates were low.
Yeah.
But sometimes it was the exact same. And it's like, dude, you can get in for 3.5% down and, go buy it and own it and build wealth.
Yeah.
And now it's like, yeah, you could still put 3.5% down, but your mortgage will be higher than the rent.
Exactly.
Like that's a hard.
So let's think about
thing.
this. I want to comment on that really quick. And I think, so coming from Southern California, right?
Yeah.
Let's go to San Bernardino, right? Maybe the worst city in the Inland Empire. to buy a house in San Bernardino.
I like how you say the worst city in the Inland Empire. The whole Inland Empire is like
no. Rancho Cucamonga is nice, but
Rancho is nice.
But so just so for people to understand, San Bernardino is literally the worst city in the Inland Empire. A 1,200 square foot house that maybe has a mini split in it that has a 3-1 costs $450,000. And guess what's coming? That's coming to Las Vegas.
Well, that already is Las Vegas.
Yeah. Well, it's going to get worse.
The median price is like $450,000.
Yeah, no, but I'm talking about the worst.
Yeah.
The worst.
I mean, houses in the hood here
are like 400 something.
Yeah, they're still like 400.
Exactly. How much is a mortgage on a $400,000 house?
It's like 2,500 at least.
No, it's more. It's like 3,000 to
2,500 to 3,000.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean,
taxes here aren't as bad as Cali. The
they're not
taxes.
Yeah, they're not. But the cost of living here is creeping up to what?
I agree. Vegas is no longer such a cheap alternative to Cali.
Exactly.
They're starting to become very similar.
Comparable. So I guess let me ask you let me ask you a question. Do you think it's better for someone to buy in 2026 or rent?
It's hard to say, dude, because obviously every market's different. So if you're in the Midwest and buying and renting are the same price and everything else, because there are markets like that, I would always say buy. You're in Las Vegas or California where the difference could be $1,000, $2,000 between rent and buy, plus the down payment, the maintenance, all this stuff. Unless you plan to live in that house for a really, really long time, I would say you probably should rent.
Really?
Yeah, because even then too, right? Let's just say the difference is $1,000, which it is in a
Yeah.
lot of cases. Your alternative is you save the $1,000 and you invest it. You could
Mhm.
invest it into Bitcoin, stocks. You're not going to invest in real estate because you could just put it in your primary if that was the case, right? You
Yeah.
kind of like putting it towards, owning it one day,
Mhm.
right? Or you invested in a business. And my argument has always been, well, you know what? You could start a wholesale business,
Mhm.
right? You have 1,000 a month. You could start a wholesale business with Wealthy Investor.
Mhm.
So it's like, would I rent and have a wholesale business that could make me, X?
Mhm.
Probably I would take that versus like just owning the property.
Yeah.
And you have way more flexibility, right?
Mhm.
A year from now, your situation changes. You can leave.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's tough because growing up, I'm only 34. So like growing up, the dream was to buy a house.
Yeah.
Since I got a job, my very first job, I was like, I want to save up to buy a house. I want to buy my mom a house. Like
Yeah.
that was the goal. So it would I'm biased where I believe
Even if it's like 1,000,
even if
2,000
it's
more, you're going to buy it.
you're gonna buy it. I get if someone doesn't have the money.
Hey, if you're looking to get started in real estate investing, then you need to use our Cash Flow 2.0 system. We give you all the motivated seller leads. We give you software, one-on-one coaching, and everything you need to start your real estate investing business. And we've seen so much success from our students with this system that we are willing to guarantee it. So if you want to learn how it all works and how you can get your first real estate deal today, go on over to wealthyinvestor.com and apply. Someone from our team will get with you, and you could have your first deal within a week once you get on this system. So head on over to wealthyinvestor.com and we'll see you there.
Then it's kind
You
of
don't have a
like
choice.
you don't have a
But if
choice.
you had the choice,
But if you had the choice, if I had, let's just say I only had 50K in the bank account and I could rather spend that all on a house, on a down payment and pay $1,000 more, it would be really tough to make that decision right now. If that's what I was working with, I don't know if it would be better off to use that money and start a business, like you said,
like
and
even the
grow
house
my
I live
income.
in right now, I would probably save like $5,000 a month if I rented it.
Yeah. And some people would say you are kind of renting it because the bank owns it and most of your payment goes to interest. So you're
Well,
not even really like,
and the reality is too, even if you have it paid off, you're still renting it.
yeah.
Because if you
But
stop
at
paying
least
your
your
property
rent's
taxes,
yeah.
you lose it.
Yeah. But your property taxes are going to be, thousands of dollars a year. So like it's going to
Yeah,
be,
yeah, yeah.
it's significantly lower.
Right.
But we'll say someone like me, like probably, I don't know if I should say this on camera, but my house is paid off
Mm-hmm.
and I love it. I love it. If I could refinance right now, pull all my money out and have it in my bank account and pay a high mortgage, I would rather just have it be in the house and
Own it.
own it outright. And just the peace of mind that I have
But that's
is
different
something different.
because you've built well. I agree with you on that. So like I don't own my house free and
Mhm,
clear. I've always reinvested and put
mhm.
money into lots of things. But like when I went through hard times last couple of years, I literally was like, I see why Dave Ramsey says that. I get it. I'm like, debt just cost me, it made me
Yeah,
millions. So I
yeah,
can't say debt's bad.
yeah,
But I saw for the first time in 10 years, I saw the negative side of debt.
yeah,
And I'm like, dude, I just lost millions of dollars having all this debt, all
yeah,
this stress,
yeah,
all this stuff. And then even I looked at my current house and I was like, I don't need this.
yeah,
I can sell it and I'll go somewhere smaller. Like I don't want to deal
yeah,
with this crap anymore, right?
yeah,
But now it's like one of my goals in the future, like it's a low priority for me. It was a high
yeah,
priority for you,
yeah,
but a lower priority for me is like, yeah, you know what? At some point I do want to pay it off, even though financially it doesn't make sense numbers wise.
yeah,
It's just an emotional type of deal.
yeah. So let me ask you a question. So do you think people should pay off their houses?
I think every situation's different.
Yeah.
Like
The
I think
average American that makes a
so the
hundred.
average American obviously isn't going to go pay for it free and clear right off the gate,
No,
right?
but
So
should they
we're
put extra?
assuming everyone's taking debt to at least buy the house,
Yes.
right?
And then should they pay extra every single month?
Oh,
And
paying extra is a different thing, but
yeah.
like, so, I mean, your option would be get a 15-year loan.
Hmm.
So, dude, this was the thing that I said about the 50-year loan too.
Yeah.
Because, they're talking about the 50-year loan and all
Yeah.
this stuff. And they're like, 50 years?
Yeah.
Nobody's ever going to pay off their house. And I'm like, nobody ever pays it off anyway. What do you mean? Like,
Yeah.
if everyone's goal was to pay off the house, everyone would get a 15-year mortgage.
Yeah.
Yet no one does.
Mhm.
Everyone opts for 30. And then eventually they'll opt for 50. And it's like, so do I expect people to pay off their houses? No. Because historically, just like rent control, it has never happened at scale. Do I think it's good to pay off your house? Yes. If I paid off my house, would I never draw a line of credit against it? No. I'd probably still take a line because I'm just like an opportunist.
Yeah.
And I love just starting new things.
Yeah. So do you think the average American that makes $75,000 a year, should they buy a house and work towards paying it off?
Yeah. I do.
Yeah. So that's what I'm doing. Yeah.
But I think the average American who makes $75K a year should focus on finding ways to make more than $75K a year. Because I don't think $75K a year gets it done.
Yeah.
Definitely not in the future.
Yeah.
It barely gets it done today.
Yeah.
I had another post that went viral where I was like, 50K a month is where life really gets good. And I used to say 20, 30K a month is like where you start to like, life gets pretty good. Now, not like balling, but like you start to like have nice things and you can, live in nice areas and stuff like that. But basically what I was saying was 50K a month is like where you can have anything you want. Anything beyond that's kind of like just spending to spend. At 50K a month, you could retire your parents, live anywhere you want, have a country club membership, take your kids in private school, give generously. You could do pretty much anything, right?
Yeah.
And then people, and basically I said, 10 to 20K a month used to be like a lot of people's goals. And in education, people be like, dude, if I can make 10K a month, if I can make 20K a month. And I'm like, dude, that does not get you very far anymore.
I know.
That's the wrong goal.
Yeah.
It doesn't even get you far today.
Yeah.
In major cities.
Yeah.
If you're like us and you got a lot of kids. We both got 4 kids.
Yeah. I have 5.
You got 5.
Yeah.
Right? You got a 5th coming.
Yeah.
Right? So we have a lot of kids. We live in an expensive major city. 20K ain't getting it done.
Yeah. I think it could, but
but you're not living good.
Yeah.
You're not like going to go in debt, but you're going to just be like living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah. It depends on your lifestyle. Yeah, I would say. But like,
if you're going to live in a nice area in Vegas.
Yeah.
With 4 kids and married.
Yeah. I guess it just depends on what you define as nice. Because like some people think like the average 400K house is nice. So it just depends. It
objectively
really
nice, not subjective. 400K house in Vegas is literally poverty house.
Yeah.
That is the low income housing.
Yeah.
So that's not objectively nice.
Yeah.
If we're going to go look at the objectively middle class dream, because that's what 20K is supposed to be.
Yeah.
The objective middle class dream is like in Vegas anyways, what, 700K, would you say?
Yeah.
So what's 700K's mortgage?
Probably like 7,000.
No, it's not that much. It's probably like,
so.
It's like, I always use 700 per 100,000. It's like a good estimate. So I think it's like 5K.
$7K, $100,000 house.
It's like 5K.
That's high. I've never.
No, I know. That's my point. So that's 5K. Then you got kids and you got food, insurance, cars. So if you're living in that kind of house, a lot of people have a car payment, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just kind of goes with it. They're going to.
Yeah, it's 5K.
Yeah.
5K, but then you're also putting like almost $70,000 down.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you're at 5K there. You're at $1,000 in cars at least.
Yeah.
Probably. Insurance, food. At that point, you probably, if you want to put them in a nice school district or a private school or daycare or whatever, right? Dude, you're going to be at your 20, and then your taxes come out of 20K. So what are you at? You're at 15K after taxes.
Yeah.
You got 10K in just cost of living plus all the stuff beyond. Like you're living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah. So I guess like let's talk about the future. What do you think is going to happen to real estate in 2026?
A lot of people are going to live paycheck to paycheck because it's hard. It's hard for Americans right now, and I don't see a solution in sight other than that's why they rent, because that same $700,000 house rents for like $3,000.
I know. Yeah.
So you now have 2,000 a margin and you keep your 70 grand. Like I get why we're becoming a renter nation.
Mm-hmm.
It actually is like the logical choice
Yeah.
for those kind of Americans.
So do you think the 50
And that's
year
a well-off American. Make it 20K. Like we're not even talking about people who are in poverty.
I know.
That's a really good middle-class American.
I know. So do you think the 50-year mortgage can fix the housing crisis?
No. It's a Band-Aid.
Really?
I think there's only one thing that changes the housing crisis. Technology. There's nothing else that will change it. There is no amount of policy. There is no amount of anything that can change it at this point.
You don't think changing the lending?
What are you going to change it to?
Like lower interest rates with a 50-year mortgage?
Prices will go up again.
Prices will go up, but
the interest rates are higher on a 50-year mortgage. As the mortgage goes out, extends, the rate gets higher.
Oh, it's not like a fixed.
No, that's just how so a 15-year mortgage has lower rates than a 30. A 30 will have lower rates than a 50. That's just how it goes.
Yeah. But do you think if they came out with a 50-year mortgage and lowered interest rates back down to like 4 to 5%, then that would fix the housing crisis?
Do the math. What is, take the same $700,000 house.
Yeah.
And what is the 4% going to make it, right? Let's say, hey, chat, on a $700,000 house, what if I had a 4% interest rate? What would my mortgage payment be in Las Vegas? Let's see what chat says. My guess is it lowers it by $1,000. Like, I don't think it makes it that much crazier. Let's see.
But for the
no scenario. Okay, no down payment. Oh, it's not factoring in insurance and stuff. Let me see. Add in estimated insurance, property taxes, etc. Okay. The heck? Didn't catch that. Add in property taxes, insurance, etc. All the things that they would pay for the total payment. Okay, let's see what chat comes up with. Clark County, Nevada, typical home insurance cost. Here we go. At a 4% loan, they're putting 20% down. We don't want 20% down. Nobody's doing that. Okay, so if they put, it's not telling me, but at 20% down, it says $3,200 a month. So yeah, 4,000 is going to be.
Yeah.
It lowers it by like 1,000, maybe a little less.
Yeah. But the average person, the average working class person can afford that. The average working class couple can afford that.
4,000 a month if you're making, dude, you got to be making like 200 grand a month or a year. 200 grand a year if you're going to like take on a $4,000 or $5,000 mortgage.
Yeah.
Realistically.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think anything changes it financially. I don't think there's anything government wise that can change it at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And people don't understand, it's like if you lower rates, then prices will go up. We've already raised rates faster than ever before. Prices did not drop because you have 50% of America sitting on a 3% rate that's never going to lose it.
Yeah.
They're just like, screw it. We'll never see this again. We're square, right?
So then what do you think people do to make it in real estate in 2026?
Well, if we're going to reverse engineer from big picture, I do think housing gets cheaper, but it's only due to technology. Big picture, this is what I envision, okay? There's so much land available in all of the U.S. It's not even funny, right? I mean, in Vegas right now, we're talking about an expensive market. Cali, expensive market. There's 200 miles in between us of vacant land that's worthless.
Yeah.
You could buy acres for nothing, right? People are going to buy up those plots. And once technology's there to 3D print at scale and make houses like on command, they'll build these sick houses that are 2,000 square feet and they'll cost $40,000. That's the future. And people will live in those houses and have great lives.
Yeah.
And yeah, they'll commute to work and it'll take an hour. But for Cali, they already do that anyways. But you could go to State Line here in Vegas, right? There's so much land in between here and State Line.
Yeah.
People will live out there for 40 grand and own a house free and clear. And it'll be a sick house.
Yeah.
Technology is the only thing that changes this because we have infinite amounts of land on the earth. There's only like less than 10% of the land is actually used. So we don't have a land problem. We have a building problem. Permits, regulations, all the crap that's a problem that's governmental. Yeah. But even if there was no permit issues,
Mhm.
it still costs too much to build.
Yeah.
Technology is the only thing that changes it. And when
Mm.
Elon starts using these robots to build things and everything else, it will get way cheaper.
Mhm.
And it will happen.
Yeah. But I'm saying in 2026.
Yeah. So,
Someone
okay.
listening to this.
That's my preface.
Yeah.
That's my preface of I do think the world gets better
Yeah.
only due to technology. Nothing the government does until then,
Yeah.
in my opinion, will really matter in like the grand scale of it.
Yes.
Okay. Today, I mean, look, you and I are both wholesaling.
Mhm.
Like we both used to flip heavily.
Yes.
Dude, I just don't want to flip.
Mm.
I don't want to deal with the cost of fixing these houses up. I don't want to deal with telling California
Mhm.
every repair that we have to do.
Mhm.
I don't want to deal with taking on the risk. I don't want to deal with taking on the debt. I don't want to deal with any of that anymore. Like I've been
Yeah.
burned by it. I flipped hundreds and hundreds of houses already. Like I did that and it
Yeah.
was great during that time. I don't want that in my life anymore. I
Yeah.
just want low risk and do what we do best, just marketing and sales. That's all I want to do.
Yeah.
That's what I'm advising all of our students to do too.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, I think right now in real estate, there's opportunity because one, there's less competition for sure. There's significantly less flippers and wholesalers.
Correct.
So if you stick with it and get good at it, you'll crush.
Yeah.
Like I've made more this year in real estate than I've ever made in
There's
my
a
whole
lot of people
career.
like you, by the way,
I know.
that are
The-
like doing better than ever.
Exactly. So what's happening
Actually,
in,
not a lot. Let me say not a lot,
but there are people.
but there are people.
Yeah. So like what's happening in real estate is the middle class of real estate is disappearing. It's
Yeah.
rather you can't figure it out or you're making 7 figures. That's what
I
I've
agree.
seen.
I agree.
I don't see a lot of people making 100 to 200K. I see a lot of people making 100 or less or $1 million and up. That's what I'm seeing. So if you could figure out how to make it work in your market, that's an opportunity. I think co-living is an opportunity. I think Airbnb gets worse. And I think wholesaling gets more regulated. And sooner or later, everyone's going to need a license to be able to wholesale.
What about
And I believe
Section
all
8?
that could happen in 2026.
What about no? It won't all happen in 2026. What about Section 8?
I believe Section 8 is a great opportunity, but the problem with Section 8 is you need money. You need some sort of high income to offset buying the properties, fixing them up, withstanding during
That's the problem
vacancy
with any
period.
rental.
Yeah.
Any rental
Yeah.
doesn't solve your active income problem.
Yes. But I believe that Section 8 works. I've experienced it. I have Section 8 properties, and my Section 8 properties are my favorite properties because I don't have to worry about them losing their job, something bad happening to them.
They already don't have one.
They already don't work. So it's great. No, seriously, I love my Section 8 tenants because I never have to worry about them losing their
good.
job.
Already at-
Yeah, they're good. My other tenants, like I've had tenants where
How jacked up is that, by the way?
What?
That you don't got to worry about the guy who can't figure it out,
yeah,
who's living on Section 8,
yeah,
but you're worried about the guy working hard
I know.
that is trying to provide for his family, do a good thing. You're like, dude, I hope this guy doesn't lose his job.
I
gotta
know.
evict him.
I
But
know.
the person who makes no money and relies on government support, you're like, I like that guy.
Yeah, I love them.
That's terrible. That is the wrong incentives in
Yeah.
life.
Yeah,
That is so bad when you think about it.
yeah.
And I'm all for helping people. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just back to this whole double standard of like, so we only help broke people,
Yeah,
but we don't want to help middle class people.
Yeah.
It's like, and this is actually the point you're making too about real estate is like, you're either ultra good and you're doing fine because you're the ultra rich. Because the government we know too helps the ultra rich.
yes,
They also help the ultra broke.
Yep.
But they don't take care of the in between.
Yep.
And that's like the businesses you see dying too.
Yeah.
The in between.
yeah. But I mean, again, I love my Section 8 tenants.
No, you love the government.
Yeah.
You don't love the tenants.
I love the tenants because honestly, my Section 8 tenants are cool. Like I text them, we talk. Like they're cool. They're honestly really cool
They invite
because
me to the cookout.
yeah. Like literally they love me. I get letters from my Section 8 tenants.
Yeah.
And you know, to be fair, a lot of them are like they rather have like handicapped children or they're old. So every Section 8 tenant that I've had, they have some sort of handicap.
Right.
So I do think it's fair that they get Section 8.
Yeah.
But there are other rumors that Section 8 will be cut in some areas, and like some places in Kansas City, Section 8 did get cut where like let's say before a 2-1 was getting 1,400, they brought it down to 1,000.
So it's still a Section 8. They just lower the amount.
Yeah, they lowered the rates. So like I believe that Section 8 is literally the only way to guarantee that you're going to make money on a rental if you're able to buy right and fix it up.
Yeah. So,
and I don't think that co-living is good. I think co-living is going to be a bubble, and I think cities are going to come out with regulations, and they're going to find out that there's 7 to 9 people living in a house, and they're going to say, "Hey, you can't do this."
bro, the other thing I don't like about co-living is the amount of damage you do to the house to make it this freaking catastrophe.
Yep.
I look at that, I'm like, bro, this 1,500 square foot house has 10 bedrooms.
Yeah. And this is controversial, but the only people that are pitching co-living are the people selling education on co-living. So I'm sorry, but anytime you see that, that's where I get a little concerned. If it was like overall the general public knew, like the general public knows you can flip houses and make money. You don't need a guru to pitch you on that. Anytime gurus are just going heavy on one thing, I'm like, this is probably going to be a bust.
I don't know. I mean, I see gurus going heavy at everything. I'm a guru, right? Like, I mean, I see
but the general public knows about flipping houses. The general
knows. Public doesn't know about wholesaling.
They don't know what wholesaling is, but the concept, they get it. You buy.
The general public knows about Airbnb, and they all use it.
But when it was super popular, gurus were selling the dream. Oh, you need 2 Airbnbs and you can retire and all this stuff.
But back then, you kind of could.
Yeah.
Bro, I mean, I was so early to the Airbnb game.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't retire off of it because I want to make way more than that.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, I was killing it.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's a bubble. I'm not saying it doesn't work. And I'm not saying there's not money to be made.
It's late to the game.
But I believe once you start seeing people selling the dream hard, it's a matter of time before it's going to pop.
Dude, is golf a bubble?
Golf is not a bubble.
Because, dude, everyone's coming out of the woodwork to golf, dude. I'm over here selling golf now.
Yeah.
I hope it's not a bubble, dude. I want to do this forever.
I don't think that's a bubble, but I do think that Airbnb was a bubble. Co-living's a bubble. Flipping houses at one point was a bubble, and it's coming back. But yeah, that's what I think. And I think in 2026, the only way for people to make a living in real estate is they need to be able to get leads for cheap.
Yeah.
They need to be able to convert 100%. Those leads and make high fees. Yeah. I think if you're getting leads and you're making $5K, you're going to run out of money and you're going to go out of business.
Yeah. So let me tell you what I've realized now is that I agree with your point of that. Back in 2020 to 2022, any idiot could make money in real estate.
Yeah.
And
I was one of them. So.
And you could just literally buy anything, fix it up because of market appreciation. You had 30 offers, like you're square. And if you were wholesaling, you sell all your deals to the fund. The fund was paying 100%. We're selling deals to Open Door.
Yep.
All these guys who are worth nothing now because,
they were buying your deals.
They're buying my deals. They bought everyone's deals. Whatever, dude. It was good. So, here's what I think overall in business, and I brought this up earlier, is that I don't think it's just a real estate thing. I do think the real estate market's as tough as it's ever been in my entire 15 years. That much is sure. But I also see it in the coaching space. I see it in other businesses because the problem you're bringing up is advertising expense. And this is a really, really important thing that I want people to catch for any business. Advertising costs are only going to go higher. Okay. Cost per lead across every vertical is going up. I remember back 8 years ago, we were cold calling. Nobody was cold calling. It was cheap. It was great. Everyone starts cold calling. TCPA starts to, have all these laws and everything else. Cold calling is so hard now. Doesn't mean it can't work. It's just insanely more difficult than it was the last bunch of years. PPC, Facebook ads, TV commercial. I've literally done everything. They all have gone up in cost and they will continue to go up in cost. And so the only way to be profitable is you either figure out how to find a marketing channel that's not high cost, either free, either low cost, subsidized, whatever, or you figure out how to increase your fees. You can't, like you said, make
Yeah.
5K fees. And so
Yeah.
like this is the ratio that every business looks at. CAC to LTV.
Yeah.
For everyone who doesn't know, CAC is customer acquisition cost, LTV, lifetime value.
Mm-hmm.
And that has to be in a small business. Like in a big business, they're happy with like 3 to 1 overall. But dude, if you're just a small operator, you better be at least 5 to 1 for it to like make sense. Meaning, if it costs me $1,000 to get a deal, I got to make at least 5. But it doesn't cost people $1,000; it costs them more.
Yeah. Well, there's free ways to get leads.
Yeah, and
So,
if you're at 0 and you make 5,
yeah,
you're good.
Exactly. So you have to just weigh like, is it better to go free and not pay any marketing, or pay marketing and then you are on the hot seat where you have to produce.
You have to close at a high level and find buyers at a high level.
Exactly.
This is what I think is the current situation. You will have newbies who can figure out how to like freely/cheaply market.
Yeah.
Okay. So like for us, I realized this a year and a half ago when I changed our entire program at Wealthy Investor, where I was like, hey, you know what? Instead of just coaching, because you do need coaching too. You got to learn how to do this business. We're going to include everything with coaching, your leads, your softwares, everything. So it's like it's free.
Yeah.
Because you're going to pay for coaching anyway. We're essentially giving you all this other stuff for free, or vice versa. You're paying for leads and everything else and you get coaching free.
Yeah.
But either way, they're both now combined into one at the same price that you would have paid.
Yeah.
And in that way, they're able to still be profitable. But if I was still just doing coaching at this price and charging them leads and everything at this price, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Not for the newbie. They will lose.
Yeah.
They will lose money. Then you have the experienced guys like yourself and me and whoever else. They're doing great. I mean, these guys have systems where they can spend, you know, you don't spend a lot on marketing, but like I know guys spending 6 figures a month on marketing who do great. And they know all their numbers, dude. It literally might cost them $5,000 to $10,000 to get a deal in marketing costs, but they know they're going to make $20,000 to $40,000, $20,000 to $50,000, and like they can make the math work.
Yeah.
Right? Because they execute at a high level. Everyone in between, the crappy person who's got a little bit of experience, who wants to go spend a couple $1,000, $5,000 a month, they're getting torn up.
Yeah.
They can't win.
Yeah.
Because they're not good enough.
Yeah. So that's what I think. What do you think, like, overall is going to be the biggest opportunity in 2026?
Ironically, in real estate, if we're talking, I actually think being a flipper is a great opportunity. I do. I do. You want to know why?
Why?
Because there are none.
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
Bro, like we're wholesaling deals to these flippers, like that are good deals to flip.
Now you got to sell them good deals.
No, but
Yeah.
This is my point. Back 3 years ago, you didn't.
Yeah.
I could sell the hedge fund as a wholesaler.
Yeah.
At like 90 to 100% of value. I could sell to flippers back then at 90% of value because they're all banking on appreciation.
Yeah.
Flippers don't do that anymore, dude. These guys want actual
spread.
Crazy. They want a good deal.
They want to make money on these deals. It's insane.
Like they're not speculating anymore. They all got killed.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I actually think, because back to the point of, if you're a flipper and your only thing is, hey, I buy from wholesalers, you have no marketing expense.
Yeah.
You have no team. You have no monthly overhead. You have nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So like a wholesale operation, you got leads, you got monthly overhead, you might pay some salary. Like you actually have a business that's got expenses. The average just solopreneur flipper, which is how I started for many years, you don't need anybody.
Exactly.
You could go buy 5 to 10 deals a year that you cherry pick that fit your buy box that are really good. You could make $500,000.
Yep.
And you have no expense. Now, granted, you take risks because you got to take on debt and everything else. But if you buy right, you can find good deals now because wholesalers have to give you a good deal.
Yep.
I think it's a big opportunity.
Yeah. What if
I would have never said that, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Because flippers were still buying bad deals back then. And like, if you were a flipper and these wholesalers are telling you these crazy prices, you're like, why would I ever buy this? These are terrible deals. But there were people buying those terrible deals and they got killed.
What do you think is like the biggest opportunity overall? Not just real estate.
Overall? Somali daycare, dude. I told you this. These guys are printing money, dude. You don't even need to have kids.
Yeah, that's true.
Imagine I could turn this. Dude, at 10 Makers, we have actually 16 kids. in this co-op,
Yeah.
like that's actually running.
Yeah.
We get complaints because there's kids.
Yeah.
These people in Minnesota are over here like, dude, we've never seen a kid in 8 years. It's crazy. I'm like, what do I got to apply for? A tent maker? Can I go to Tim Waltz and be like, bro,
Yeah,
do you think you could do anything in Vegas?
Call the number from the Leering Center. See if they'll coach you.
Bro, these guys are, I think, yeah, Somali daycare is number one for sure. But I think that's a bubble.
Yeah.
I think that got caught.
Yeah, it's only been like a decade.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that
like,
bubble's
that
burst
bubble's
now.
gone. But we do need to, like, I want to know the Somali gurus that have been teaching this in the community, dude.
We should look them up.
There's some
actually.
Somali gurus.
Yeah.
Dude, he did.
Yeah.
He killed it.
It's the, well, I don't know her name, but the lady that's like,
Oh,
yeah,
this woman
yeah, the congresswoman
who married
that
her brother.
Yeah, she was probably the guru.
How did she marry your brother? And like,
No.
how did that happen?
We got to look it up, but yeah, I know that she was worth a couple $1,000s a few years ago, and now she's worth like $35 million.
Yeah. And then her
like a matter
husband,
of like 4 years.
her husband has it's like her third husband or something.
Yeah.
He's got a venture capital firm
Yeah.
or something, an investment firm. And her, what's it called? Her, what do they call it? Their campaign.
Yeah.
When she's running, they raise all this money
Yeah.
from dummies. And actually, I guess she just raises it from the fraud that
Yeah.
they commit. So I guess they're not dumb because it
It
influences
makes money.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They made
No, it
$35
actually is
million.
smart for
Yeah.
them. So anyways, they funneled that to his as consulting fees.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, how does this stuff happen? It's crazy.
Or like how,
And like nothing happens.
have you seen Tim Walt's house?
No.
It's crazy. He's on $175,000 salary. His house is huge.
Oh.
People go to his house and they call him the R word. And I see videos, and his house is huge.
I thought you were gonna
massive.
say. I thought you were gonna say you had him as a Section 8 tenant.
No. But I do wonder how these politicians get so rich, and they sell books. But I've never met anyone in my whole entire life that has bought in any of their books. But these guys sell so many books, and I'm like, man, these people are getting.
Well, you didn't
rich.
hear that they found a bunch of them in the daycares.
The books? That's what they were full of.
Yeah.
The books they sold.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what do you think? Overall, 2026, what's the biggest business opportunity?
Oh yeah, I forgot that was the original question. Okay. Huh. I mean, I can tell you what I'm focused on. I mean,
Yeah. What do you focus
but my
on?
skills are different than other people's, so I can't say it's the best for everybody.
Yeah.
I'll give you a best for everybody, and I'll give you me. Best for brand new person who's trying to make money. I'm still just a believer in wholesaling. Like I just really don't. If you're gonna invest $1,000 a month into a business, I don't know what else you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Like I just don't know. You can't do anything else
Yeah.
at that price point with the upside that it has.
Yeah.
So I still believe for a brand new beginner, that's number one. Number two, for an experienced business owner who's already got stuff going on and is trying to grow their business and scale, I've come to this conclusion too, and I've gone back and forth on this. But I really think like social media had this bubble, in 2020 and stuff where like TikTok's popping and all these things are popping and, sponsors and AdSense. And so like creators and a lot of people hopped in. Now, like I see the social media scene, people dying out, right? I think there's another opportunity in social media. And the reason I think there's another opportunity is because attention is getting more valuable. It only is going to keep getting more valuable. And those eyeballs, they're just going to have so much value. And so if you're a business owner who's already got a business, you got to figure out, am I going to pay for marketing that's going to keep getting more expensive, or am I going to become my own distribution? And I think it is a smart move to become your own distribution, because this is not like a, today kind of play. This is like a, hey, for the next 5 years, how much money is this going to make you?
Yeah.
So I think like for an advanced, more sophisticated business, I don't think it's too late for social. I actually think that it's kind of like real estate and stuff where a lot of people have left and stopped doing it. Now there's another opportunity.
Yeah.
For myself, I mean, I made a video recently about, everything I'm working on with communities and everything. And like this golf business with M19 has just exploded. And it made me realize that, for me anyways, if I look back at the last 6 years of my life and all the money we've made and everything else, it was just mainly because I'm really good at sales and marketing.
Mhm.
That's kind of what I've realized. Like, we're good at operations too. Like,
Mhm.
we create great sets. Our events are great. Like
Mhm.
everything we sell is good too. But like sales and marketing, I could pretty much sell anything
Yeah.
at this point. I know how to make the ads, the funnels, the creative, the story, the brand, get sales teams, and go let it rip.
Mhm.
I haven't had one business in the last, I don't know, 6, 7 years that has not done 7+ figures.
Mhm.
So like clearly we could sell.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Most people suck at sales and marketing. There's a
Mhm.
lot of people who've got great businesses
Mhm.
that rely off referrals
Yeah.
and word of mouth and everything else. And they've built great businesses. I'm just going to go in and start partnering with businesses. And instead of consulting them, because that's originally what I've done before, it's like, hey, we can do consulting and we'll tell you what to do and everything else. I'm now just going to go in and not do consulting for equity. I'm
Mhm.
going to go literally run their sales and marketing for them because I already have this big team
Mm.
and we could handle a bunch more businesses.
Mhm.
I'm just going to say, look, I will personally create the funnels. I will create the ads. Well, I'm not going to be the ads. Some of them
Yeah.
I might be, depending on what the business is. But I'm going to do it all.
Mhm.
You get our entire team in exchange for equity.
Yeah.
And you don't have to pay us, what you would go pay this massive team to, come on board. Like, we're
Mhm.
going to earn it through equity.
Got it.
Like actual performance, not just consulting.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just for my situation. I know my
Mhm.
situation's very unique.
Mhm.
So, I mean, you asked me, I'm guessing you have an answer to what you
Yeah.
think the biggest opportunity is.
I think there's a lot of opportunity in people managing other people's social medias. So, for example,
So similar to what I just said.
yeah, similar to what you just said, but like for example, right now I have two consultants, Evan and Alex,
Yep.
right? I pay them both like $2,500 or more a month, depending on how much my pages make.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, they're consulting, they are making thumbnails, they are giving me ideas and stuff like that, but the fulfillment doesn't cost them anything besides time.
It's just their effort.
Just their effort. Right. So I know they have multiple people on the same retainer. So they're making a bunch of money there. I think a lot of people that can make clips that go viral can charge people $2,000 to $5,000 a month. You get a bunch of those people on retainer. You get VAs to fulfill.
Don't they have
That's like the
they call
easiest.
those guys like the Clippers or whatever?
Clippers. Yeah, I believe clipping is a huge opportunity, and I think like real estate is just tough. Honestly, like if somebody was starting from zero and they had no money, I don't think I would tell them to do real estate. I think I would honestly tell them to go into some sort of like high ticket sales role and do that because I just don't think right now is the time to get into real estate. Once it starts popping again, yes, but right now I don't see that as the
High
main
ticket
play.
sales for what?
I think high ticket sales for a guru that has a strong organic following can
Bro,
sell.
there's not that many of these guys that have it anymore.
I think there is. I think there is. I think
I think the coaching space, because I'm in it every day,
Mhm.
is the pretty much exact same as the real estate space.
Mm.
They both had peaks.
But this is where I disagree. Your opinion is based off making $10 million a year.
Yeah.
If someone made $200,000 a year, that was a great year. Like, how much did you do in education?
No, but I'm just saying like
I know, but hold on. How much did you do in education last year? All education.
over 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. The average person, if they made $10 million coming in,
No, but to make a closer that's going to make
how
a
much
lot
your
of
top
money.
closer make?
I'm not going to say. A lot.
Hobby posted it on Instagram.
Well, he made a lot.
Yeah,
They missed
exactly.
the post. They need to go follow him.
Yeah, so there's still opportunity.
Multiple
there.
6 figures.
Yeah, multiple 6 figures. And I think if the average person could even start a coaching business to make $200K a year.
But my point is, yeah, I get that. Okay, so number one, there's not many coaches who are making 8 figures. There's just not.
Exactly.
Right?
The average person doesn't need to make 8 figures.
You're saying they need to be the high ticket closer. To have a high ticket closing opportunity, there has to be guys like me to go work for.
Yes.
There's not that many. That's my point.
There's not that many, but there are
Who do
some.
they work for?
Grant Cardone, Jeremy Minor, Cole Gordon.
Okay, but like all those people, like there's been sales guys in and out. Like sales is a high turnover position,
Yes.
regardless, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just any industry, sales is usually high
Yeah.
turnover. I guess my point is when I was seeing all this remote high ticket closer stuff along, 2020 to 2022.
Yeah.
It was way bigger then than it is today.
Yeah.
And then especially remote, like,
Yeah, remote, yeah.
You see it with just every big bit. They're like,
Yeah.
we don't want that anymore.
Yeah,
Get your butt in the office.
Yeah.
So like my point is that opportunity is still around.
Yeah.
I just think it's way harder.
And I think a small coaching business is a good opportunity.
Yeah, but if they don't know anything, what are they going to coach? How to not know anything?
It depends on what they sell. Like we saw Omar Altakori, our good friend, pop off in 1 year.
He has skill. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, you're gonna have to have skill. You're not gonna be able to.
No, I know,
sell
but
dirt.
I'm saying like this. You said what's the biggest opportunity in 2026?
Yeah,
for somebody to get
social media strategy.
They cannot be a high ticket. They can't be a coach. They know nothing.
Yeah, that's assuming they know nothing. Like for example, let's take Justin Berry here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Justin Berry can go sell $100K in coaching this year?
Yeah.
There's a million Justin Berries. He doesn't even have a social media following. So I believe that like the average person that does hair, does nails, fitness. I know so many fitness coaches that make bank. So like, it's just, do you have a skill that you could sell online to make $100K? The average person would be ecstatic with that.
Yeah.
So I changed my answer.
Yeah, well, that's my point. Your original answer was not
my
true.
original answer wrong. Clip that out.
Clip that out.
Coaching, clipping, and social media consulting, I think, are the only big opportunities that I see.
High ticket closer.
I removed that. That was wrong.
That was wrong.
Yeah. Coaching.
I'm like, you're changing.
Yeah.
This is not what you said.
Yeah, no, but small coaching, clipping, and social media
I don't disagree with you about anyone selling their knowledge.
Yeah.
That will always be a thing.
Yeah. So I think those are the opportunities, but
I would say the bubble opportunity that everybody pushes is something AI.
Yeah. And if we talk about biggest lessons of 2025, my biggest lesson is now I truly believe that I could build a business that runs without me that is way better than me in the business.
Right?
I never
had that forever.
You told me that forever, but now it's different when you experience it, when you're like, hey, look, like I closed one deal this year.
Wow.
Me. One deal. I think total we ended up closing like 60. We did 1.6 in revenue.
Yeah.
Not projected, not contracts, like all these other gurus. Cash collected. It came, it hit the bank. We did 1.6 this year.
Don't use that term in real estate.
Yeah, it's a different term. Yeah.
Cash collected.
Yeah. Anytime you're listening to these gurus, if they say under contract or pending, that means it doesn't exist. But 1.6 in cash collected in wholesale.
Yeah.
And I closed one deal.
Yeah.
I work 1 to 2 hours a day. If honestly, not even that. So
you'd think your golf game would be better, but somehow
no, it got worse. It got worse. It got worse.
More time
it got
off.
way worse. I need to go to my coach. But yeah, so that was my biggest lesson, and just like understanding that like you could hire people that will run your business for you better than you. You just have to get out of the way.
Skilled though. I mean,
I don't believe it. I think anyone can do it.
Hiring people is a skill. You have to have skill.
Hiring people is a skill.
Managing people is a skill too.
Yeah.
So like, because you have skill, you finally were able to do that.
But if
people who've made no money are not going to do that right away. It's impossible. They don't have skill.
Maybe, but there's plenty of people that have skill that should hire and could grow if they got out of their own way.
I retract my statement a little bit. So if you have a job where you are a manager and you hire people and you do all these things and you already possess that skill to learn how to delegate and hire and everything else, right?
Yeah.
So theoretically, somebody could if they already possessed that skill.
Yeah.
Kind of my point was you didn't have that skill before. It's a new skill you got.
I think it's a skill, but I think more it's a belief.
It's a trust thing.
I didn't have the belief that was possible before, so it wasn't even an option.
Well, that kind of like when we were golfing with Omar.
Yeah.
He was like, what's your limiting beliefs?
Yeah.
Remember he's asking that? And so you say that would be yours. You didn't really believe that.
Yeah, I didn't believe that would happen. I didn't believe that could happen where someone could run the business better than me. Like Justin, you're on my COO. He runs the business better than I do.
Yeah.
And I could, and I will. So, and I think most people are missing a key person in their business that could triple their business. They're just missing a person and they don't even realize that's the missing. They think they need to get their cost per lead down, but it's really they're missing a person. And I was watching Alex Hermosi's takeaways from 2025. I don't know if you watched it, but he does it every year where he just makes a video where he goes over all his lessons. He said any time there's a problem, it's always it always comes down to leadership. Anytime he had a department or a business that he acquired or something like that, the problem always comes down to the leader.
Yeah.
That's literally, and we've experienced that. We've seen that with different stuff we've done
Well,
before.
I'll even tell you, side note, we might have to do a full episode on this. So, guys, make sure you subscribe.
Yeah.
Because this year in 2026, Davila and I are going to be doing a lot of topics like this. So,
Mhm.
I'll be having, I'll still have guests and stuff on the show, but there's going to be a lot of this with me and Davila. So, if you like this, comment below. Let me know. But yeah, I mean, back to the leadership thing.
Yeah.
We just got done with our year-end meetings, and I met with all the leaders in my company, and I said, bro, these are your numbers.
Yeah.
You didn't get it done in this area. And I take responsibility because I'm the leader at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But I have to make choices and decisions on what we do now going forward.
Yeah.
And now what we're going to do going forward is you're going to hit these numbers or you can't be here.
Yeah.
As much as I love you and we're friends and there's no hard feelings, you have to be accountable to hitting these numbers.
Yeah.
And it's a leadership problem because when there's no clear standards and they don't know how to direct that to their own team.
Yeah.
And so I go, you got to make adjustments with your team. And, and so we had to let people go.
Because the culture reflects leadership.
Yeah. Because
So,
I looked at this. So let me tell you one of my big reflections.
Yeah.
And we'll probably have to just do a full video so I can give all my thoughts.
Yeah, we could. That'd be a great video. 2025 lessons.
Yeah, we'll make it. We'll make another one. But one of my big teasers into that video is that I think I was wrong about salespeople.
Yeah.
So you would agree because you've been in my business before and different things, but like we've always been so good at marketing and content and everything else that like sales for us have been easier than other people. Would you agree?
For other people? Yes.
Yeah, like the leads are better.
Yes.
Essentially.
Yes.
Right?
100%. Yes.
We think the offer is better too. Like they're selling things that are just better products.
I agree with this. Yes.
Right. So getting like killer sales guys is not as important for us.
But it was for me, but I get in your mindset before, it wasn't.
Either way, we have succeeded regardless of the sales talent.
Yes.
Is the point.
Kind of. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, this year.
I can't. I'm sorry. I can't.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, I don't believe that. I believe that the salespeople did play a role in the success.
Of course they did.
Yes.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying.
I'm not saying regardless of the salespeople. I
No,
believe
no.
they had a role for sure.
I think there are businesses that literally, if you don't have good salespeople, you're dead.
Yes. 100%.
My point, right?
Yes. Yes.
I'm saying we have succeeded even with just average salespeople.
Yes, I agree with that. Yes.
Okay. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm not. Now, what I am saying is I didn't understand the value of a killer.
Yes.
Okay. Because I've succeeded with average.
Yes.
Is my point.
Yes.
A killer is worth 3 to 5 times more than an average guy.
Yeah. Or more than that. Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
Right. And you see it in their
maybe 10x. Yeah.
They're just worth, well, I mean, if we just look at pay, it's usually about, for us anyways, they're 3 to 5 times better.
Yeah.
Because it's just all commission only.
Yeah.
And I just realized, I was like, man, I went to Javi, my COO, and I said, dude, let's look at the year, how it played out. What do we think are the easiest levers to pull? And it was like, well, could we have got better at marketing? Sure. Could we have made better content? Sure. We can address those things. But are they like the biggest levers? Do we need more leads?
Yeah.
And the answer is no. We have like infinite leads.
Yes.
Okay. What about sales? Okay. Why did these certain people just destroy the rest? What would have happened had we had only that caliber?
Yeah.
Right? I was like, well, yeah, we could have because they got the same lead. Like they just performed this way.
Yeah.
And I looked at it and I said, man, I mean, how much do we lose then? Like, what was the opportunity cost by, tolerating lower standards essentially? I was like, we could have probably made another couple $1 million overall.
Yeah.
not spending $1 more in ads, overhead, anything. And then it just dawned on me. I was like, I could be $2 million richer today.
Yeah.
If I just had better salespeople.
100%.
That's not that the salespeople are bad. Like
Yeah.
bad people go.
Yeah.
They're worth 0.
Yeah.
Okay. But average salespeople are just good enough to make money and perform and do what they got to do. But a killer, an all-star, is just so much better
Mhm.
than everyone. And it's like, yeah, what if you only went for all-stars?
Yeah.
So anyways, that was my realization of like, a killer really does have a ton of value.
Yeah. Yeah. I think for me, if we just talk about salespeople, I've always pushed on like getting great salespeople. Even in, like my current business today, we have an expectation that our salespeople bring in like honestly like 800K. Like if a salesperson brought in 800K a year, that's good. Anything below that is like below average.
Right.
So we're constantly recruiting and training and hiring and looking for 800K.
But by
worth-
default, right, you guys did 1.6, you said.
Yeah.
And so,
But we did that almost with 2 people.
yeah.
One of them passed away. So then we had to, we're trying to replace him.
Yeah.
But like majority of that, I would say
You had one guy and everyone else was
No, we had
subpar.
2 guys. We had 2 guys that were doing that. Like one guy did 800.
Yeah.
Lucas, our salesperson that died, when he died, he was at 620K.
Right.
Yeah. And he died in June.
Right.
So he was only halfway through the year. So now we know a good salesperson in our business brings in about 800K a year.
Right.
So now we're just looking for 800K.
That's kind of my
closers.
We're saying the same thing.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. But I've always known that. I've never thought that I could, well, I've always been in real estate, so it's not the same as like digital marketing. But like, yeah, most businesses need great salespeople.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most businesses. And it also, honestly, dude, it just depends on what you want. Because even for you, for example, I think you can make $2 to $5 million with no salespeople, super low, like overhead, no cost. It just depends on what it just depends. It literally just depends on what kind of business you want.
Right.
So, and that's where the people still listening, they need to just figure out you're not the typical entrepreneur. The typical entrepreneur, if they made 200 to 500K a year, they're ecstatic. If they make $1 million, they're literally ecstatic. If you made $1 million in 2025, how would you feel?
A bum. For real.
Oh, we're going to clip that for sure.
Yeah. I'd feel like a bum, dude.
Oh, no. Yeah. So you're not the typical entrepreneur.
Right.
For me, if I made $1 million, I crushed it. I'm literally like, I'm going home. I'm slapping my wife's ass. I'm like pumped. But the typical entrepreneur, if they make 250 to 500K, they did great.
I mean, I don't.
And they want more.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you.
Yeah. So I think the people listening to this just need to figure out they have to be able to take things into context.
Yeah, and I hope this clip goes into context.
Yeah. So I guess like, what do you want to make next year?
Our goals next year across what businesses we currently have are 20 million plus in revenue.
Mm-hmm.
Taking home 30%. That's the goals.
Okay, 30%. That's like $6 million.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Of just what currently exists.
Yeah.
Then, like I said, my goal is to partner with other businesses and everything else too. So,
Yeah.
I mean, like, we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if we want to do a different episode on like reflections and goals and stuff like that, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, dude, that was a lot. Good talk. Guys, like we said, subscribe. You're going to see more of this fool on the podcast. And we'll see you on the next one.
Peace.